Good morning to everybody. This is Mantri Pragada Markandeyulu from Hyderabad. I will give you a beautiful story narration. Titled story is The Bank Thief. This is a beautiful story meant for feature filmmaking or web series purposes or for TV series purposes. This has got 50 chapters. This is a published book with ISBN number and readily available. This is the Bank Thief. Courtroom drama. Logline I will read. This story is useful for making a feature film, web series or TV series. It's a family story which gets ruined due to the fraud and crime in the bank by the bad husband who has an illicit relationship with bad habits, who finally lands in jail and gets acquitted by the court of law due to the poor and non-submitting the evidential documentary proofs by the bank management. This story has full 50 screenplays with dialogues and total story too. This is a published story and copyrighted story. This story could well be made as a feature film also, family, fraud and crime. In a medium budget, this story is meant for Indian environment and film producers of India could well utilize this story to make as a feature film. This story is a published story with ISBN. Names and characters in the story: Kumar, bank officer; Mrs. Maya, Kumar's wife; Baby Roja, daughter of Mr. Kumar; Master Raju, son of Mr. and Mrs. Kumar; Mr. Satyam, father of Kumar; Mrs. Savitri, mother of Kumar; Mr. Sanjay, bank record keeper; Miss Shalini, Kumar's love lady; Mr. Subramanyam, bank manager. There are 6 friends are there. 6 friends of Kumar: Mr. David, another Mr. Daniel, Mr. Samson, Mr. Rajesh, Mr. Ratnaya, auto driver, Mr. Prakash, Kumar's advocate, Mr. Bhumaya, bank's advocate, Mr. Ramarao, the judge. Story narration is like this. Please listen carefully. A crime, fraud and a forgery by a bank employee. The bank employee, the cashier, makes money in a fraudulent manner, enjoys well with all sorts of bad habits, which includes horse racing, gambling, playing cards, casino habit, with an illicit relationship with a woman, the beautiful housewife and 2 children, son and daughter, suffer due to poor family management and struggles to maintain even day-to-day household management. His modus operandi is to issue fixed deposit receipts, that is FDRs, with the connivance of the bank storekeeper. This cashier even trapped the bank manager, as he is the utmost confidence working for the bank and supporting the bank manager. The cashier issues fake FDRs to the bank customers with the original signature of the bank manager and swindles such deposits by not accounting in the bank ledgers. This cashier maintains his own personal accounting system and records and remits the interest in the FDR's customers' accounts in time, so there will not be any suspicion to everybody. Before doing this modus operandi, this cashier was having lots of debts with Pathans, Sardarjis and money lenders. After his money minting system plan, He lives lavishly and maintains even a keep by neglecting his own family and children. In spite of this man's in-laws' good advices to mend his ways, this man does not heed to continue swindle bank's money. The bank cashier also gives good money and entertains the bank's storekeeper, who maintains blank documents like FDRs, ledgers, receipt of books, vouchers, and daily submission accounting sheets. The storekeeper, realizing trouble soon, out of fear, he gets hanged in his house and dies. The bank manager is also offered money, support, and good entertaining by the bank cashier, thinking that this cashier might have earned a good amount in horse racing, or thinking that he might have sold his own property to raise good money. The bank manager never gets any suspicion. The other bank staff have got suspicion that how his cashier was heavily under debts at one time, suddenly leading a lavish life, spending lots of money towards playing horse racing, gambling, drinking, and having even a second setup. But now he used to live luxury life. This changed suspicion in other staff. There were gossips going on in the bank circles and also in the head office. As per bank policy, each year the bank deposits accounts are reviewed, and to know how much each bank has increased in its fixed deposits each year when compared to the last year. When the bank manager submitted its report to the head office, the report showed a drastic lower side deposit. When the head office bank of the bank inquired and questioned the bank manager, said the head office that we did good FDRs this year, as I have signed and issued FDRs under deposit mobilization year. How can it be on the lower side? The bank manager was aghast to this head office questioning him on his FDRs mobilization. Family members of this fraud man was advised several times, but he never heeded any advice from his relations and friends. There was a good lapse on the part of bank manager and believed that this fraud stuff right from the beginning, but ultimately the bank manager was responsible to the bank headquarters. The fraud man was caught while the customers demanded their original deposit money. But by that time, this fraud man was very irregular to his bank. Complaints came in from the bank customers regarding their deposited amounts. But there were no entries in the official bank records. Bank manager was surrounded by the bank customers and were demanding their deposits back. The bank's head office brought this issue to the notice of bank auditors and chartered accountants, shortfall of FDR subject, while the bank manager contradicting this subject. After a thorough bank's branch auditing system, and after going through all the official records, there is lot of suspicion found in the FDR's issue. The cashier was absconding by that time, knowing well he is landing in problem and not responding to the questions of auditors and the bank manager, with a view that he is not responsible to auditor's inquiry, and said that the bank manager is the right person to answer all the queries of the auditors. In the meantime, many FDR customers wanted to withdraw their fixed deposit amounts from this branch. But to the astonishment and surprise, all the customers who deposited their amounts were shocked to know that here were no entries in the branch ledgers.